hear the noises?
You have this. Is there a link in there?
The link for what?
Is this the correct link?
Yes.
Can you take me higher?
Should have started. I don't know, though. Oh, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Let's make sure the audio is good. The audio is good. Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad live podcast. Today, it is December 6th, 2023. We are here from HQ4, and we are live, more live than ever.
What is our plan for re-entering the stratosphere of Barstool?
Brother, we're in it right now. Mr. Hitchings is in our stream. That's all we need right there.
So we're locked. This is permanent for us.
What do you mean?
This space?
Oh, no, I thought you meant like the actual Barstool world. I have no idea. I don't have plans. I'm more of a take it day by day kind of person.
Yeah.
Got my slippers on. Gonna play some Fortnite later.
You have a emerging pimple on the right side of your nose.
Oh no, that's not emerging. That's That's reverse emerging.
Demerging?
Yeah, it's demerging.
No, I still see a thick white head in the midst of that. You want me to get it for you?
No, that's been there though. I think I popped it yesterday and it regrew.
I have it's the longest my nails have ever been in my life. I could pop that bitch real good for you if you want. Are you sure?
One of my biggest pet peeves is when my nails are long, so I cut them like twice a day.
But nail biting is
damn freak.
Nail biting is such an indicator of mental illness that I can't be doing it.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you don't have to bite your nails because nail clippers are pretty accessible.
Nail biting is an indicator of mental illness?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Anybody who has like nails bitten down to the nubs and they like appear to be okay, there's something really bad going on.
I don't even have nails.
These are bitten down to the nub?
I bite them down.
Really?
Yep. But I know that I'm troubled.
Yeah. That is a troublesome thing.
Fact,
also,
I bite my nails farther just to make sure people know I need help.
Right. It's like
a
your
cry for
bat
help.
signal.
Yeah. Sometimes like, I need to take another quarter inch off.
Francis, are you painting your nails red or is that just blood? Have you bitten them down to where they don't exist anymore? You sound good though, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sound sick as fuck, and I'm a little worried about it. When you said you were sick, I won't lie, I did a little shit talking.
You thought I was faking it?
I assumed you were one of those people who gets like a stuffy nose, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm in shambles right now."
Nah,
and
Francis,
then you showed up here, and I was like, "My god." Stay home next time, brother.
Look at the amount of space. Oh,
yeah.
You got him laughing.
I mean, you have fucking the swine flu right now.
This is what you get for doubting me.
Yeah, you are sick as fuck.
I'm not gonna play the game where I get closer to you today.
No, I'm okay with that.
Out of respect.
Because you know
me and Ron are hogging this right
Scooch
couch
this way, Sash. Get over it. You got a couple inches over on
Wait,
this.
don't you have masks? I'll put one on if you want.
No, I don't actually give a fuck. I would love to get sick. I would kill to get sick and just not have to do anything this weekend aside for sit here and play video games.
But Francis seems too sick to even play video games. Like,
there's no such thing as being too sick to play video games.
I don't know why I did this. I agreed to ride over on a city bike again.
Yeah, that had to have made you double the amount of sick.
I haven't been able to do anything for 3 days, and
it's snowing.
Rode a city bike with Roan across the fucking Manhattan Bridge. Along the way, we're riding abreast of each other, which is what we like to do, because the only way we can hear each other talk.
Yeah,
next to each other.
And some guy was coming from the opposite direction.
Oh yeah,
flying the bend.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Look out!" And Roan goes, "Shh, cry about it, bitch."
No, Francis was like, "Sorry," and this guy was like, "Fuck you, assholes."
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
"We're wrong."
Yeah, but you said sorry before anything happened, and he still decided to say, "Fuck you, assholes."
Oh, I
think
know
once you say sorry, you kind of you give them the pass to be like, "Oh shit, I wasn't even in the wrong," but now I didn't think I didn't think they were in the wrong. but now you're giving me an opportunity to be like, fuck you.
I'm a biker.
You're right.
I know that bikers are the worst people on the fucking planet.
But what do you mean by bikers? Because there's a big difference between like bikers.
Oh, this guy was the real deal. He
and
was like
Uber Eats drivers.
This guy had a mustache, skinny jeans, like a park or like a fleece.
Sounds like an Uber Eats driver off the bat.
No. He was like, he had his own bike, like a skinny little rickety, like 70s fucking frame bike, and telltale sign he was fat. He's like a fat biker, like a fucking he's
all black,
squeezed into his skinny jeans. Like he's definitely an IPA guy.
Yeah.
Definitely takes the messiest, fattest shits, the
fattest
fucking
dumps.
grossest shits. Not like me and Francis, who take cute little double tapered ribbons. These beautiful fucking lovely confetti shits that we take, just the cute as a button. Meanwhile, this guy's fucking taking slogs of bogs in the bowl. It's fucking nasty.
I've been taking some just I don't even know. I don't have words. I'm out of words for the shits that I've been taking.
But I'm the same way as these bikers. Like it's like how Batman turns into a different person when the mask hits his face. When the bike seat hits my ass, I turn into an asshole too, and I'm firing back at fucking everybody. I need to start wearing the video glasses when I come in, just so I can document some of it. Because Francis got to see some of it live. It's nasty. I'm screaming at people.
He did, and then we came around the bend, and this guy like was way below us now, and his thing looped back around. And
so you doubled down?
Measure, Roan yelled again.
That's awesome.
Fuck you, your children are quietly homosexual.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Something. I don't know what he said.
It was it was, I mean, I was ready for war against this guy, and me and Francis being together just industrializes me even more.
Yeah, you were showing off.
We have strength in numbers. Well, not even showing off, but it's just more fun. It's like we can just like, we have something to like giggle about as we bike away.
But he's more evil than I am. And riding a bike with Roan to me is scary because he seeks trouble that I wouldn't. It's, to me, riding a bike with Roan, I was thinking, is probably like making love to Chris D'Elia. Like, it's his way.
Yeah.
No matter what, we're doing it on his terms. And I'm like, all right, I guess, sure.
Yeah, I am going the wrong way down, or like I'll just like whip down a road. But I try to be deferential. I try to go 50-50, like let you lead some of the time.
You do, and that's nice. But
when I'm leading, I'm fucking dragging us.
Yeah, we're going the wrong way up. We took a wrong way up a one-way that had outdoor seating for restaurants on both sides. So the road was as narrow as one of those walking streets in like Rome or something. And there was a whole line of cars that were trying to come, and we just went up against it.
You're bobbing and weaving.
Huh?
You were bobbing and weaving?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
You got to come bike with us sometime.
Hell no. The biking in the city scares me. Ever since I almost got pinched in between a curb and an 18-wheeler, my biking days have been done. Also, I used to not know the rules of the road, so I would bike down the lanes going the opposite way, and people would be like, fuck you!
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I would be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I would be like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but people seem to be very unhappy with me.
Have you guys seen the videos of that guy? And he just had his moment in the sun this week on Twitter with all of these like kind of right-wing accounts being like, fuck bikers. But this guy is like the quintessential New York biker. And he's just like, nice bike you got there, like asshole, for anybody that's walking in the bike lane, or like, hey buddy, bike lane. And he's just snapping at everybody, old ladies, fat people, invalids, foreign people who's like, it's their first day in America and they think it's just a good place to pull their cart. Like, he just is the apex predator asshole biker.
Is he biking?
He's biking.
And okay, I think you've showed me this guy before.
Probably, but he makes his rounds, and he just puts his shit out every day. There's a sanctimoniousness that comes with bikers. I know I'm an asshole. I know I'm in the wrong almost all the time, but you just have to be ready for war when you're on your fucking steed.
Yep.
Which I am.
And you guys are riding. Have you guys ever thought about buying a bike?
The city bike stuff.
City bike system's pretty good.
It's so accessible.
Yeah. So no need to buy one.
I mean, what do you guys think that public transit should be free?
Yeah, I'm sure that's a probably pretty universal thought. But it's pretty cheap. I mean, they do a good job.
These days, it's bad. What troubles me is, why am I paying $2.75 or whatever it is when I watch 3 people in front of me hop the turnstile or just walk through that open fire door?
I've walked through the open fire door, and I've hopped the turnstile, but I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's like, I don't have to stress about it if I just pay the $2.
In Sweden, there's like a group that you can join. You like pay dues to a federation, and everybody in the federation is fare dodgers.
Yeah.
Like everybody does it, and so the money that you're paying is to like pay for your tickets, fines, or litigation if you get in trouble. Dude, it's the crackhead again. It's the same fucking guy.
Where is he? Oh yeah. It looks like he might be breaking into a car now.
He's definitely breaking.
So that dude on Monday, he smoked crack under
He smoked crack right there.
under that stairwell, and it was we were kind of joking at first, being like, "Oh, he's smoking crack," and then he started rocking back and forth aggressively, indicating that he was absolutely smoking crack. Also, while we're at it, please subscribe to the podcast because we are very close to 100,000 subscribers. And
if you subscribe, if you get us to 100,000, we will give you live updates on this crackhead. So is he's like at the side of a car? Is he looking at his reflection in the side of the car? Is he about to break in, or is he like discoursing with somebody who has a Jeep with a Jersey license plate over there?
It looks like he's probably looking in his reflection. He's probably getting like a shave in. If I had to guess.
One time I walked in
He's getting the crack out of his teeth.
2 cars, and a woman was using the fender on the other car as her toilet seat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I came up behind her, and she, I don't even know how, but I saw that I could see the pee coming out of her vagina.
Ooh.
Oh, and then her butthole
we've talked about that.
Spread. It was pretty gross.
Was she dumping?
No, she was peeing. But because it's from behind, she was squatting. Everything was visible.
So tough for girls to pee in public like that, as opposed to guys who can just whip out a penis and like spray it like it's fun.
Yeah,
like it's like a fire hose. You can just spray it in any direction.
Girls peeing in public is a whole thing. That's like a scene.
It's a nightmare.
You can't just pull over and just piss on the street if you're a girl.
You need everybody needs to like get together in a pact and like make a wall around a woman if they're going to pee in public.
If a girl wants to pee in public, they have to go like 2 miles into the woods, and then you can still hear it because it's a goddamn fire hydrant.
Slapping the ground like a fucking defender, like in a basketball court, slapping the court, just loud ass pee.
It's like when you're throwing away like empty beers the night after drinking, and there's one that's full, and you got to empty it into the sink. And it's emptying for a suspicious amount of time.
And it's like, it's not a steady stream. It like glugs out. This is why I just have so much empathy for our sisters out there. How just the way, I don't understand God sometimes, why he made it so fucking unfair. Why he made it so sweet to be a man with a fucking pointy dick. And
I mean, if God made them however many hundreds of thousands of years ago, or I don't know what the timeline is, at what point is it their fault for not evolving?
And what, growing a penis?
Finding a way to pee standing up.
Yeah, growing up
in a less vulnerable position.
Creating
maybe that's what like trans is. They're evolving into being able to pee while standing. And like we all look at them, people, not we, obviously, we accept them, but people look at them and they're like, that's weird. And what they're really doing is they're evolving into becoming creatures that can pee.
Eyes. Yeah, right in front of our eyes. We're gonna do away with traditional vaginas.
Trans could be
pissed.
Yeah, trans could be like a evolution happening right in front of our eyes, and we're just all not like. I'm sure back when like the apes were like the first ape turned into a human. People were probably like, what the fuck is that, freak?
Yeah, there's probably 8 protests.
We're not going to change our bathrooms for you.
There was probably 8 podcasters like fucking Matt Walsh being like, what the fuck is wrong with these apes? Think that they're humans walking around.
Why are his thumbs working suddenly?
Yeah, that's nasty work for them.
But well, it's 3 p.m., which means it's time to get the leaf blower out. Even though every single leaf has fallen from the trees.
That's not a leaf blower.
It is. It's every day. Every day this person gets out right at 3 p.m. and they start leaf blowing. There's no leaves on the streets. There's literally none. I'm looking right now. There's 3 leaves. I can count the amount of leaves in that tree right now.
He should just blow them off the tree. Like, seriously, just genocide the rest of the leaves away so he can be done for the rest of the winter.
Who cares that much about the street outside of their apartment that they're bringing out a leaf blower and they're blowing the leaves? Like, what are you doing? What is this? Why does this happen? Why are they doing this?
I can't believe we're on the same circadian rhythm as that crackhead.
Oh yeah.
I cannot believe we saw the same Crackhead, but he had a whole different fit on, which
Yeah, he
means that
did.
he
He
has
had
like
a coat.
a closet to go back to.
He's coming. He's figuring it out.
Is he still there?
No.
No, he moved
rotated?
on. But I guess this is like a beautiful place to do crack.
One of the most picturesque streets to smoke crack in all of New York.
Right. There's a little bit of hubris involved, thinking that we're the only ones who can, us non-crack users are the only ones who can pick out a beautiful street.
That's right.
He could pick out a beautiful street. No, like, why is he relegated to a Ninja Turtle lifestyle if he wants to do crack? He could do crack in beauty.
I think the crack community probably shares a lot of characteristics with the weed community, where they always are seeking out like a good spot to smoke.
You think so?
Yeah, and I think it's probably just a little more frowned upon. Like, I'm sure smoking crack under a bridge is probably, I'm sure there's a reason they do it other than just not getting caught.
There has to be a resentment towards the weed community big time by the crack
100%,
community, because
yeah.
they're like, oh, they took all of our spaces. They're completely destigmatized while we carry this massive stigma around.
Do you think there's anyone who, like, because I'm sure there's been people like back when weed wasn't as like legal as it is now. I'm sure there were people who like moved to Colorado to smoke weed.
Big
to
time.
be like, weed's legal there. Let's move to Colorado and really embrace our true colors.
Big time.
Do you think there's people who are like moving to like Portland and Seattle because they're like, the crack out there is better?
It's like
They're like moving their families.
It's like the gold rush.
Yeah. They're like, the crack
Like, we
out
heard
there
there's
is
good crack up Northwest way.
Let's smoke crack and we'll run there.
The Oregon Trail took like 36 months. This takes like probably an hour and a half to
If you
just
smoked
sprint
crack,
there.
you could run from New York to Seattle in less than a day easily.
The only thing is, like, you need a Camelback full of crack to just keep the crack
to keep
going.
fueling you. Yeah,
just need to
it
keep
wouldn't
on-
even be broken up into like increments of like rest stops. It would be
Just, like,
broken up
re-upping
into
on
like
crack.
hits of crack.
It's like the Underground Railroad.
Yeah,
of crack
exactly. Yeah,
stops.
yeah. One hit of crack could take you probably to like Chicago.
And we heard that there's some friendlies up in Chicago that have beautiful rocks.
And then maybe you get up to like the Dakotas after the second hit.
A safe, beautiful spot for you to hang out and smoke some crack rocks.
Yeah.
By the bean.
One strong hit of crack, you're going. I think one big hit of crack, you could probably go from New York to Seattle
Dude, you're
in
wrong.
2 stops.
The problem with crack is that it's so fleeting in its high.
It only lasts for a certain amount of time.
That's right.
Or maybe you're thinking of meth.
No, I'm thinking of crack.
Meth lasts for a
I've
long
just never
time.
smoked crack.
You smoke meth.
That's
though.
what makes crack so addictive. Is
'Cause
that
you need it constantly.
It fades so quickly and the high is so intense that you have to try to recapture it quickly.
Interesting.
I don't know if I've told this story before, but there was a guy who was like the manager of the Roots. He talked about like it
The
was
Roots,
like
the band?
yeah, it was the 80s, and this guy, they were like passing a bong around in the studio, and this like quintessential pimp purple suit, big hat came in with some fucking, I think it was either crack or just pure beautiful cocaine, and the bong went around and he fucking packed the fucking bong up with basically crack.
Yeah.
And they're like, he just started smoking it and passed it around. This guy was like, all right, and just took a hit of it. And he said that he started fiending for more as he watched the bong move around the room. Like the bong was going around and he was
sense.
like, I fucking need more of that. Like he felt it descend on his body so palpably right away as it fucking just, the bong was being passed around.
I remember when I was really young, way too young to be reading this, but I read on like Reddit, some dude talking about how the first time he did meth, and he said that he was at a concert and people were like smoking a bowl of meth, or however you smoke meth. And he said that he smoked it, got super high, whatever, and then he like threw it away. And then he woke up, like he went home, went to bed, and then he woke up out on the street, like clawing at the ground, trying to figure out where he put the meth so that he could smoke more of it.
So his body just went into
Yeah,
like
his body just went into like
survival
autopilot,
mode.
and just took over and was like, time to go find more meth.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's so nuts. Some people's brains just have to be predisposed to that kind of thing too.
100%. Because I feel like I could smoke meth and then just like play video games and be like, all right, never again. Just kidding. I could never do that.
You could do meth, take a little taste of it.
Not interested.
No, I'm
that's
saying,
more your thing.
You remember in the Odyssey when when Odysseus wanted to hear the song of the sirens?
yeah.
No, I've never seen the Odyssey. What is it? A book or something? What is the Odyssey?
A book.
Is it like a Bible book or some
It's
shit?
like one of the most famous books of all time. It's like Homer. He had the Odyssey, the Iliad. He's just like it's like canon. It's like one of the most famous books ever.
A lot of stuff is based on.
Sounds terrible. And you've read it?
I mean, we had to for school. Probably some like young adult version.
Did you read it too?
Probably.
Damn, I should order it on my
Everyone
Kindle.
knows the story. Odysseus goes to the war, the Trojan War.
No, I promise you, not everyone
Troy.
does.
So Troy. Have you seen the movie Troy?
No.
Okay, well that's also
based
that's
on the
Brad
Iliad.
Pitt at his hottest.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god!
I just watched a river run through it, and that might be Brad Pitt at his hottest.
That is Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Well, Fight Club.
No, Brad Pitt in
Come
the
on.
river
River
runs
runs through it. He's a boy.
Yeah.
And he's
a hot boy.
You guys are
innocent.
exposing yourselves as pedos.
No, he's not actually
like
a boy.
grown
He's a
man.
man. He's like my age. in
What's
it.
his abs look like?
They don't show his
They
abs.
don't
They don't
show
because they don't even need
And he's
to.
and that's
They
him
don't
at
need
his
to.
No, they
hottest.
don't even need because
yeah,
they know
yeah. And
they
that's
know
him at
the
his
abs
hottest.
won't even do anything because at this point you're already like, oh, he's the hottest alive.
He's lean as hell in Fight Club.
He's lean as hell in this.
buff as hell.
In Troy. Put on a lot of muscle.
Yeah, he looks great.
But he's
in
also
Troy.
cool. He's cool in this.
I didn't get in at all last night, but I'm still on time for fishing.
Exactly. Yeah, that part's awesome. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get in late. Well, I didn't get in at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Montana, there's 3 things we're on. What does he say? He's like, there's 3 things we're on time for.
Yeah, probably church, fishing, and
I forget what the third is.
In the chat, please. I mean, we're not going to look at it, but you have to sound off where you think Brad Pitt is the hottest, and I think it's one of the 2 that I'm talking about.
Well, I think probably from a woman's. What is the other one that he's in where he plays another like young boy?
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't. You know, it's not for the female gaze; it's for the male gaze.
But I feel like the female gaze would probably say that he's hottest
lesbians
in like.
is what you're talking about.
No, I think the female gaze they probably say that he's the hottest in like Once
Ocean's
Upon a Time in
11 or
Hollywood or
something.
some shit like when he's old and like
No. He was
yeah.
a sex symbol at that young age.
You think? Or I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. I have no idea.
Ocean's 11, all that. When he was married to Jen Aniston.
Yeah.
Troy.
Wait, but what were we just talking about? Oh,
Brad Pitt.
Iliad, the Odyssey.
Oh, in the Odyssey. Yeah,
you were
so
starting the Odyssey.
Homer on his way home, there's a famous part where there's the sirens that sing the beautiful song. It's the most beautiful sound that any man can hear.
Heroin.
And anyone who hears that song is so overcome by it that they throw themselves from their ship and dash themselves upon the rocks and die, which is why the sirens sing to them. And Odysseus, Jesus, wants to be the only man who can hear the song and survive it. So he tells his men to fill their ears with like broccoli or something, like stuff their ears with leaves.
Uh-huh.
And they do. And then he tells them, or before that, he tells them to lash him to the mast. And no matter what he does, no matter what he says, they can't untie him. And so they fill their ears, they tie him up, and they hold him down. And then he hears the songs, and he's like, let me go, take that cauliflower out of your ears. I need to go be with these sirens, but they don't.
Like Harvey Dent, like tied up, like Rachel, Rachel.
So he hears the song and he survives it, and they go on his way. So my point being,
That's like meth.
you might be that guy.
So you think I could smoke meth once and you guys could just hold me down? And I would be like, take the cauliflower out of your ears. I need to find more meth.
Yeah, I wonder what
What the fuck are you
What's he
talking about,
saying?
dude?
I don't know what the metaphor is. Just one. It would be one hit, right? It's
Yeah,
like all
yeah.
you get is one hit of
Yeah,
crack,
yeah.
and you're like, no, I know what I said, but I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I can have one more, and we're like, no,
Yeah.
we've got cauliflower in our ears.
We need to do that. We need to try that.
That would be great for the podcast. If we did a live episode that started out with me smoking meth once.
Just one.
Just one hit of meth, which clearly we could easily find. We could just go outside and ask that dude for whatever he's smoking. It could be crack, it could be meth. And
There's
then
probably
we would
like
just...
there has to be a little bit underneath that.
Yeah. I could walk
under that
outside right
stairwell.
now and just grab us some meth.
Just grab a rock.
Yeah. And then we could... It would start out with me smoking the meth and then you guys holding me down as I tell you guys to pull the cauliflower out of your ears. And try and escape to get more meth.
But we would end the podcast after 1 hour, be like, okay, that was good, that was fun,
and then I would definitely go get more meth.
For the next 23 hours, you'd be in fucking hell.
Yeah,
or you'd turn into it would be a lifestyle.
Would be Ubering to Times Square instantly.
Yeah.
How fast do you think you could acquire meth?
Me?
Yeah, or let's say crack. Let's say crack, not meth. Crack. I feel like meth has to be harder to find in the city because meth is more of a down south thing. It's
tough for us like normal looking.
Bro,
like,
you definitely know a dude that could sell you crack within the next hour.
At 9 p.m. on a Thursday,
go right outside the cellar.
10 guys who are going, Charlie,
yeah, I got money.
Come on.
But I think that
I think if you ask one of them,
we have undercover cop vibes though. Is that's what I'm saying?
You have the undercover cop vibes of the dude that was like carrying the boom box on the subway with the fucking with the and one shorts on.
They always have like the nicest shoes on.
Yeah,
it's like I got Jordans on.
Yeah, black Air Force Ones. Heard this is what the brothers are wearing these days. Where can I get some crack, fellas?
Where can I get some of that Zaza?
I feel like I would be able to get crack the easiest.
Why?
Hate to break it to you guys. I just don't think anyone's selling you guys
like
crack. Yeah, I think if I just went out in my normal day-to-day outfit, people would be like, yeah,
but
how much do you need?
Also give undercover cop vibes.
No way, I'm too young to be undercover cop.
But that's what an undercover cop would say. What about that? They weren't saying that in To Catch a Predator. Well, that's probably exactly what they're saying. They're like, I know I don't give undercover cop vibes.
I know I don't give undercover cop vibes because the place right by my apartment, they will sell me menthol jewel pods, which are not legal, and they go, we only have tobacco, and I go, I know you guys have menthol, and then they go, all right, we'll give you the menthol.
Menthols are illegal?
You guys would go in there and they'd be like, we only have tobacco. No, sorry, my bad.
I think you're wrong about this. I think that I would have the easiest time because I'm trying the least hard to not look like an undercover cop.
But you also, dude, they're not going to sell someone crack who clearly has never done crack.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
What are you talking about?
Bro,
you think these drug dealers have scruples?
Or they probably want to put the hook in a new customer.
That's not for you. Let me start you on something a little milder.
You probably want some of this cheaper
weed.
weed.
You want that, but look at yourself, son.
It's way too addictive.
You're on track.
No, you'll just be back here tomorrow asking me for more. You'll just be back here spending more money on crack. I don't want that.
I didn't get into this game to hook 34-year-old sweater-wearing, well-to-do, well-groomed men on crack.
If anything, they overcharge him for crack.
You'd be like, charged a lot of money for crack. Not me.
Yeah, that's
street prices.
That's exactly right.
Street prices, and also, I honestly don't think they're going to even sell it to you. If you went up to that crackhead, he would start running the other way.
I can't. If I went up to him,
we probably wouldn't be trying to buy it from a crackhead. We would dap up like we were old friends.
I'm not trying to buy crack from a crackhead.
Who are you trying to buy it from?
The source.
Oh, so you're going to the top dog.
I'm going to the shipping container.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to the docks.
Going to China.
I'm going to the docks.
Going to the fentanyl factories out in China.
I'm breaking that thing open with a crowbar, raking down through all the pineapples until we get to a fucking shrink wrapped.
He's going straight to the Sinaloa cartel.
And I go, bingo.
All right.
Crack cocaine.
So I think we've got two different ideas of where we're buying crack from. You're going to the direct source. You're like fucking the dude in American Gangster, Denzel.
My way of doing it is going to be
going to Vietnam to buy the crack.
Because I have a good feeling I'm going to like it. So
you want a lot.
I'm going to want a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to want to get ripped off.
Yeah, you're going to go to Costco and flash a card, buy in bulk, and be able to go home with a pallet of crack. You don't want to be going out every day to buy new crack. It's like, oh, no, I got all my crack I need here.
Exactly.
But I think my way of doing it will be easier and beat both of your ways. I go to the crackhead, give him some money, give him half the money, and I say, you bring me back some crack because you know where to get crack.
Yeah, because crackheads are really reliable.
But then
that's why I said half the money.
Yeah, he'd bring back some bunk, some black market bunk.
Bring back pebbles from
I say, then me and you smoke it together. And then once I get high as fuck off the crack, then you get the other half the money.
You better be picking a really well-behaved
trustworthy crackhead.
Those are some upstanding crackheads you're meeting.
Dude, I think crackheads got to be some of the more upstanding citizens that we have, because if I prove myself...
the salt of the earth, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good crack joke. But I think if I prove myself to be a fountain of money for this crackhead, they're not going to want to fucking burn the bridge right away.
I see what you're saying. I don't know if I agree with you.
Only one way to find out, boys. We got 3 different ways.
Genuinely, I think that Francis has a better chance of locating the source of crack in New York City than you do of paying a crackhead 50% of the money and expecting to ever see him again in your entire life. Truly, I think that was one of the more dumb things you've ever said.
Now I'm so pissed off that I'm going to do it. Now I'm so fucking angry at that you disbelieve
Francis
this.
has a better chance of prying open the wooden crate filled with crack than you have of giving a crackhead $100.
Assignment for next week's live Son of a Boy Dad.
We'll all bring in our best crack.
I have to come in with at least like 14 gallons of untouched crack.
Yeah.
Or you have to have a crackhead bring through the door.
And he can come to my apartment.
Crack.
The crackhead can?
The crackhead will come to my apartment.
Also, I could just...
That's the thing. I don't believe him because I think he just knows where to buy crack.
He might.
I think he has a drug dealer in mind who he's like, because I think you told me a story a while ago of your drug dealer being like, I have meth or something like that.
Yeah.
Could you get
That's different, though.
An unserialized gun?
A burner?
I think that...
called?
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of the phones.
No, burner. I think a burner is also a scratch. What is it? When they scratch off the serial number, what is it called? Isn't it a burner?
I don't know.
50 has that song. I got that burner on me.
He's talking about a phone.
He's talking about a phone?
A phone to call people.
But I don't think that would be... You can buy a burner at CVS.
But a burner is also a word for a gun, but I don't know if that's definitely... I don't fucking know.
I don't think...
We're the 3 kids on the couch.
Yeah, I know. I just for a second just thought about how dumb this conversation is. No, I think what 50 was talking about when he was referencing a burner was actually a weapon. No, I don't think I don't think 50 Cent would be rapping about a phone that he could go buy at a fucking gas station.
Well, true, and also he doesn't want people knowing that he has the burner because that defeats the purpose of having the burner. Because then he can't.
No, I think 50 Cent would definitely rap about having the gun.
Then he can't call his side pieces.
I don't think 50 Cent was worried about his girlfriend finding out that he's cheating on her. I think that's probably like the least of his. I think that's probably like the least of his worries.
Look, don't talk about 50 like that.
Put a smut on Fifth's name.
What about the ones where he liked the girl like a fat kid loves cake? That girl.
But that was when he was a child, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
You know my style. Do anything to make you smile.
Yeah, isn't that when he was a child that he wrote that song?
Girl, I could like you on the bus.
Yeah, that's when he's a child. He wrote that in.
That's public transportation.
Have you ever seen Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yes.
He writes that song with "You be my best friend. I want you round all the time.
You know I want you all the time."
Yeah, he wrote that song when he was a kid.
I can ask you 21 questions.
No, 2 different songs. We're singing 2 different songs. We're singing 2 different songs.
21 Questions is the name of that song.
Is it?
Yep.
The one where he's like, "You be my best friend. I want you round all the time."
That's a different song. I'm talking about I could like you on the bus.
Same song.
I could like you like a fat kid loves cake. That one.
See, I'm having a hard time understanding what song you're singing because you're clearly not singing it like Fitty would. Well, I like you on the bus.
I don't do that because
I ask you 21 questions.
I take you 21
and they
questions.
all about us.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what song is that?
21 questions.
21 questions. And what's the song that I'm referencing?
I don't know, man. That was weird.
I think yours is Best Friend.
That's a song where in Get Rich or Die Trying when he's downstairs. Yeah, he's downstairs.
But you say he's just a friend.
No,
whether he is or he ain't your man. No, that's the one you're talking about.
I trust Roan.
But also,
dude, 50 Cent was my top artist last year.
Yeah, but Roan is 50 Cent's friend.
50 Cent would hate Roan.
50's calling on that burner. Fucking Roan.
You think he would hate me?
Yeah, he's like, I need 16 bars.
Yeah.
No, Fifth would never need me to rap for him. But I think
50's the best rapper of all time, easily.
No, that's ridiculous.
I love 50 Cent.
He has great songs, but he's not the best rapper of all time.
All of his songs are good. He doesn't have a bad song.
But he's not the best rapper of all time, though.
Correct.
But he's cool and believable.
He's my favorite rapper. He's my favorite rapper.
He's tough as fuck.
Who's the best rapper of all time?
I think Black Thought.
Christopher Wallace
from
The Roots. Yeah, he's awesome.
You're one of those guys.
What do you mean, one of those guys?
The Roots are the best rappers of all time.
The Roots isn't all rappers. I'm talking about the one rapper from The Roots.
Yeah, that's something that my friend Bo told me.
Did you ever see that
his
video
opinions
where
are usually
Black
bad?
Thought did like 400 bars with no hook? Just
no.
Yeah, you don't. This is like you talking about ball, basically. There's people getting like pissed off at home. Actually, 50 Cent's the best rapper of all time.
I changed my thought.
You're one of those guys who thinks that the Roots are good rappers?
I said I think 50 Cent is my favorite rapper of all time.
There you go.
I said that earlier, though.
But you were thinking that it's laughable that Black Thought's the best rapper of all time.
No, I get it. Black Thought's good. Black Thought has that one song with
You
A$AP
didn't even
Rocky.
know who he was.
I know who Black Thought
You didn't know
is.
that he was in the Roots.
Yes, I did.
I said from the Roots, and then you went, "Oh, you like the Roots guys?"
I was
like a fucking dad.
Yes, exactly.
sound
My
like a
dad listens to Black Thought. My
No,
dad,
he doesn't.
I swear to God,
No
my dad listens to
chance
Black Thought.
your dad
Yes, I
listens
swear
to
to
Black
God.
Thought.
And he sends me his songs, and my dad doesn't know anything about rap music. And he sends me Black Thought songs, and he's like, "This guy's good."
No,
And then I laugh at the
you're
phone.
doing your fucking.
Well, then your dad is on point, and you've exposed yourself, and we should replace
my
you
dad
on the
listens
show
to
with your
Black
dad.
Thought. Doesn't Black Thought have that one song with A$AP Rocky?
I think you're thinking of like fucking A$AP Ferg.
No, I know A$AP Ferg.
I
bro.
think you're thinking of like,
Lil Durk.
yeah, someone significantly different than what I'm talking about.
He's got that song with. Oh, wait, no, it's on this album though.
People say Andre 3000's one of the better ones ever.
I think he's great flautist.
Yeah,
Have you heard his flout music?
I couldn't bring.
Yeah,
myself.
Strangers. On Danger Mouse. You boys don't know shit about hip hop, do you?
DJ Danger Mouse, who did the Gray album, which was like the Beatles' White album mixed with Jay-Z's The Black album, and was fucking awesome.
Jay-Z's up there too. Carter. What? I don't know what is so funny right now that you guys don't understand that I know hip hop.
Yeah, you do.
Bro, why are you siding with him? You know he doesn't know hip hop.
I just know Roan knows it the most, and I think you're being a goofball.
Well, I'm not challenging Roan's opinion.
I think you're just saying the whitest shit you can think of.
the whitest shit. What are you talking about? I said I like 50 Cent.
You're picking Paint.
I said I like 50 Cent. I think he's
Picking- what
my
is it?
favorite rapper of all time. And then
What's
he
the-
said Black Thought.
When you do the
And
Final
I don't
Four
think
and you
Black
pick
Thought is the best rapper of all time.
Chalk. You're picking
Chalk.
Chalk. What's Paint?
Paint is what fucking.
You're the one that thinks 50 Cent's rapping about like cell phones that he has.
Paint are the chips that Sass has been eating to have these fucking crazy ass opinions.
Did I say something like insane? The way that you guys are acting like now is like that I said something. I said like Jack Harlow was the greatest rapper of all time.
Jack Harlow's great. What's wrong with Missionary?
Is it crazy to say Eminem's name? Is that just like something you don't do?
I think a lot of people would say Eminem's name,
But they would be scared to admit it.
but especially white people, because they're like, I don't want to be the one that says Eminem's the best of all time.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it, but just because what's the chat saying? What do you got? Chalk.
People are saying that I'm a Yeet guy. Jay-Z was never the GOAT. I don't know.
Speaking of
They're not saying
controversy,
much.
this morning I woke up to about 400 subtweets.
Oh shit.
People asking me about this whole president of Harvard in Congress
Oh,
being
my
asked
God.
about
I wanted to ask-
whether or not, Harvard thought that the whole thing with Israel was considered hate speech or harassment, and evading the questions. And then everyone was like, Francis, your thoughts? Like any comment as an alum? And I'm like,
Well, Penn.
who do you think I fuck? Do you think I work for the University of Harvard?
Do you donate?
Do you? No,
No.
I don't. Because
Okay.
I'm pretty certain that my kids won't get in. So what's the point?
And they have enough fucking money.
Yeah, that's true. They
have
got a
enough
lot
money.
of donors. Also,
they don't need money from the funny bone. They don't need a tithe from
Why don't
fucking
you know, you need to
Magoobies.
ask. Here's who you need to ask for an opinion on Harvard's stance on Israel-Palestine. You need
Riggs.
to ask the kids who I never saw at Uno's Pizzeria karaoke Monday nights in Cambridge. Because they
like
were
Zuckerberg.
busy in Lamont Library fucking study. They would bring pillows into Lamont to sleep from 5 to 7 a.m. in the armchairs. Those kids know about that stuff.
I'm curious about Sass's opinion on all of it as a
I'm not getting into this.
as a whole ass Jew.
No, you've already outed yourself by being a 50 supporter.
Bro, there's a big difference between being a 50 supporter and thoughts on the conflict in the Middle East.
I don't think there is.
So you think it's cool for them to say it's cool to genocide Jews?
No, I don't think that. I don't want to talk about this. I don't have any thoughts on it. That's why I don't want to talk about it, because I don't know enough.
I don't want to talk about it either.
Here's my one thought. when they
We're
were
gonna
like,
lose all of our viewers.
no, when they were like,
no one wants to hear about this shit.
no, the funniest thing was when they were like, and
Oh,
what's
now it's
your
funny.
opinion?
Now it's fun. Now Jews dying is funny.
Who says that?
He said the funniest thing.
Well,
Oh,
can
boy.
I
don't
finish?
recall laughing.
Well, the funniest thing was like, in your opinion, Dr. Gay,
The guy's name's Dr. Gay.
It's a woman.
a black woman named Dr. Gay.
Is it Nurse Gay?
President of Harvard.
Doctor.
Oh God!
You be my best friend. I want you round all the time.
I want you around me all. See, I told you there was something funny about it.
That is funny, yeah.
Nurse Gay.
Nurse
See,
Gay.
that's way funnier.
Who's the dude in the NFL whose name is Gay, and then he was getting covered by Cox?
Yes,
That was a good one.
You couldn't even buy his jersey. You couldn't even
can't?
buy a Gay jersey.
You can buy any jersey. You can just customize them. Oh,
I don't
you
think
probably
you can't customize Gay.
Yeah, probably
you can't
not.
just be like no, Gay 69 for the Eagles.
Can you get Cox?
Yes.
Yeah, that
But
makes sense, but only with an
C-O-X.
X.
Not COCKS.
There's some good ball this week coming up. The fraudulent
Ball's
Eagles
been
play
really
the
good lately. It's
now
been good ball lately.
Sunday was brutal.
I don't agree. thought
I
that
didn't
was some
enjoy
good ball.
Sunday. Monday was good.
Bro, the Chiefs game. Was it the Chiefs game? No, the Packers Chiefs game was nuts.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Respect the ball.
That was good ball, dude.
I'm excited to see the fraudulent Eagles take on the fraudulent Cowboys.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if Israel and Palestine settled it on the gridiron.
Yeah, neither would I.
Went 11 on 11.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that.
Suited up.
Yeah, but
Little
you know,
old fashioned.
you know
Yeah.
what would happen is Palestine would pull an old. Remember the ice bowl?
Oh, yeah.
All the heating under the field froze.
Oh, yeah.
They'd go down under there because
Yep.
they know their way around.
Yeah, they know
tunnels.
their way around tunnels.
And they turn off the heating.
The fucking
Lambo.
tunnels.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was good ball, but that was a good way for you to try to pivot, and I brought it right back to something you didn't want to talk about. You try to get off the ball, I'll bring you right back to where
I
you
don't
don't want to be.
want to. I don't
You
care
try
if
to
we
run away
talk
from the
about
topics.
Israel-Palestine. I just don't know nearly enough
I don't
about
want
it to comment.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
But it's the
dude.
fact Francis was literally brought into the middle of it.
That's the point I was trying to make is like, why would anyone want my fucking opinion? on
Yeah,
this?
that's
I don't
true.
know shit about fucking that or whatever Harvard's administration's policy is towards these students. Like, you know, what the fuck are you asking me?
Yeah, it is hilarious. Do you think Riggs got the same treatment?
Probably.
I feel like you're more of a known Harvard man than Riggs is, though. I feel like Riggs is like a sneaky Harvard guy.
That may be true. Dave wrote a blog.
I
Where
did see that.
He said that he's going to have a policy from now on where they're not going to hire any more graduates from any of those schools. So Harvard, Penn,
MIT.
and MIT until.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where are we going to get our talent from then?
Yeah.
How are we
I mean,
gonna
that's
hire?
already 50% of the company right there.
Better bunker down, boys. I guess
Don't
it's
tell
just
me-
us for the foreseeable future.
We're not going to have to start hiring from Fordham, are we? Oh, no. That would be fucking terrible.
A lot of people don't know that Big Ev actually went to MIT.
That whole Ohio State thing.
Yeah.
It's just a
That's just because he
fucking
grew up an Ohio State fan.
smoke
Yeah, he's
That was a fan.
but he was really a quantum mechanics guy from MIT, but he's grandfathered in. Shout out to Dave. I met a guy yesterday who was like, I went to college with Riggs actually, and he was like, I was on the golf team and he drove our van.
Oh shit!
Who?
The golf kids
Who
actually
was
do
this
drive
that
a
you
van.
met?
I was in the van for a bit.
I met him briefly in like an elevator. I don't remember his name.
Our building?
No, it was I was at a sports business conference yesterday.
Wow.
With Erica.
Cool.
We were keynote speaking.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Look at the shit he gets invited to.
I know. I don't get
Cool.
invited to anything.
See, that's the duality of man. I could buy crack in 5 minutes, and I'm also talking at a.
Yeah, that would be a big story. That would be huge for the podcast if it turned out that like co-host of Pat Bev podcast secretly doing crack.
But if I'd have to keep it a secret, because if I was proudly doing it, no one
we
would
would
care.
like fake some TMZ photos zoomed
All right.
in from a
Asteroids
distance.
coming to Earth. We all dying tomorrow. You only get to do one drug. What is it?
Beer. I would just drink a bunch
That's
of beer.
ridiculous.
I don't want.
You've
Dude,
done beer.
I know, and I love it.
You need to. All right. Let's say it has to
Ecstasy.
be something you've never done. Or
No, but I wouldn't want it because what if it happens what if I don't like it? I don't want to end my life being like anxious.
I mean, I'm definitely doing heroin. It's not a question.
You think there's any chance that you have like a bad high on heroin though?
Yeah, you could probably get a tummy ache, but you need a yeah.
I don't think it matters. We're dying tomorrow.
Is probably a bad high.
I'm not necessarily trying to go out well.
Do you remember being a kid and like thinking about like a plane crash and being like having like these wild like sexual fantasies and being like, I fucking would just like the girl next to me, I'd be like, let's fuck.
Yeah.
Or like I would like make out with her, or I'd like jerk off. Like,
yeah, I had those exact same thoughts a lot of times in school too.
What
I would be, or it would be like, or it would be like me fantasizing and be like, I'd probably like drive to Kate Upton's house and fuck her. Like that was a possibility, even if the world was ending. And then, but then I remember having like this. I have such a vivid memory of being like, but there would probably be like a line outside of her house to fuck her, so I probably wouldn't be able to. I'd have to find someone else.
I'd have to like go to her beforehand and be like, listen, like open your back door.
Like that's how Kate Upton's last moments would be spent.
Yeah, like just rushing to her back door, like, hey,
yeah. Oh shit, there's a line outside. I guess it's time to fuck 700 different dudes. No, I do remember having those exact memories. On planes, and in school, mostly in school.
School, I had it all the time. I used to think I could freeze this whole world.
Yeah,
freeze it with my mind.
Yeah,
and everyone was frozen, and then I could tap one person to unfreeze them, and we would be unfrozen for like 10 minutes, and that person would want to have sex with me theoretically.
Yes, in this
front
theory,
of everybody.
Yes, in this theory,
and they can't see, even though they're frozen.
It's a dark.
But we're
thought.
doing it in front of them.
It's a dark thought to have, but most likely in this theory,
who am I picking?
Yeah, I would have this thought constantly as a child.
So often, I would rank the class,
very optimistic.
The people in my immediate point of view.
Yes, I would do the same thing.
All right, if she's not unfrozen, then it's her, and then it's her, and then maybe him, if we're honest.
But the possibility of the girl being like, absolutely not, never was a thought. I just assumed that she would be like, yes, let's fuck right now.
We have to.
We have to.
I talked about this on
when there's an almost 100% chance she would be like, absolutely not, freeze me, refreeze me,
kill him, kill that guy, unfreeze everyone. I'm telling them what you said. I'm gonna tell everyone what you said. First person to get canceled is middle school boy. I talked about this on Matt and Shane's the live show that we did, but I used to, when I was in church, I would like,
oh, that's bad.
I would like fantasize, but I would like rationalize it in my head, and I was like, if a gunman came in here,
that's usually what the thought was,
and was like, you have to pick who you're gonna fuck, like who would it?
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Jesus Christ, are we in trouble?
No.
I can't say the rest.
No, say the rest.
No, that's basically the.
We were having a good rip.
I fantasized about it being at gunpoint that I would like absolve myself mentally.
Yeah,
but you don't think about how hard it would be to get a boner in the scenario where you're in front of everyone.
Usually when I was having this thought, I already had a boner.
You're pressing it up against like the pew,
hiding it below the desk in fucking social studies.
Yeah. Does anybody here have a boner right now?
Yeah.
Let's just make this easier.
I think in 8th grade, there's a chance that like 30% of the boys in the class had a boner actively at all times.
God forbid one of those girls was leaning forward in the desk and a thong popped out.
That would never happen. Usually this was in like 8th grade.
There's thongs in 8th grade.
Girls were wearing thongs in 8th grade.
Yeah, ones that had bleak futures.
I remember I was in like 6th or 7th grade when the thong song came out.
The thong song?
You don't know the thong song?
No.
I knew you weren't a hip hop head, bro. Expose. Let me see your booty go da 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 da. Let me see your body go da 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 da.
I was never a big like whale tail guy.
Oh really?
No, I was never like I know like the old Superbad meme like clip of fucking McLovin walking behind the girl with the whale tail.
Just humongous swatches of fabric.
No,
like
I just never. It was never something that I would think about.
You liked girls where you could
full
see
coverage,
the sort of like jock strap.
Yeah, like the under cheek. Line.
I mean, no, I think at a certain point, an ass is an ass. Like you're not like if it's a good ass, it's a good ass.
And so you don't want to see it.
You're not going to be like, oh, she doesn't have a thong on. Gross.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not disqualifying girls that had more underwear. I just thought if you saw a thong peeking out, it made you think, whoa, that girl's up for some freakier stuff than the girl wearing, the Fruit of the Looms.
What's unsettling is that at that age, like, that they're like, mom had to buy that for them.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It's super creepy and weird.
Yeah.
At the time, it was awesome, but it's like
the girl in the thong who, when you freeze everybody in the room, is much more likely when you tap her and be like, listen, I know this is weird.
Yeah.
But I saw that you were wearing a thong, so I unfroze you, and we have 10 minutes. She'd be like,
we have 10 minutes till everyone else is unfrozen.
Yeah.
The sick and perverted minds of the young boy.
The young boy was a
sticky young boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nasty work that the boys are getting into.
I remember like looking at the clock being like, oh shit, I gotta go to lunch in 3 minutes. I have to get somehow this boner has to go away in the next 3 minutes, or else I'm gonna stand up in these sweatpants and everyone is gonna see my penis.
Yep.
I had some times where I would be like, everyone would go to lunch and I would be sitting there like just like writing my name down, being like, I'm still working, I gotta take a minute.
I'm still thinking. Yeah. I'm actually studying harder.
Oh, lunch. Oh, it's lunchtime. I didn't even notice. I was so caught up in the work.
I'm going to skip lunch today.
Yeah.
I had a big breakfast.
It's not that 80% of my blood flow is inside of my penis right now.
And it was dirty work. We talked earlier about what a blessing it is for guys to have a penis that they can point and spray urine wherever they want. But for God to put like sexual hormones into like 11-year-olds is vile and abominable work by our Lord and Savior. Yeah. The fact that he's like, oh, you'll have full reproductive capabilities
at 11 years old.
Yeah, like probably 15 years before you should be a father.
Yeah.
Is such dirty work.
Yeah, that's dirty. That's dirty.
Yeah. Oh man, the horniness then it consumed your entire life.
Right.
I remember being in class, being like, just in my head being like, this is the first thing I do when I get home is I'm going to fucking jerk off right when I walk through the doors. And then I would just get up and be like, all right, time to go to fucking math class.
I'd go home.
Time to go to English.
I would go shoot
Pythagoras theorem.
And I would tell myself, if I make 10 3-pointers in a row, then that girl's going to fuck me.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that you can then jerk off.
You can jerk off. Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say too.
Which is why you're such a good athlete now.
Yeah.
If I can dunk, I'll be able to jerk off.
No, I would do some version of like these crazy stakes in my head. Where like if I make this shot, then my family won't die young.
Yeah. It's all on me.
And then I'd miss, and I'd be like, I just killed every member of my family.
I went to the movies last night. I saw this movie called The Holdovers. Do you know it?
With Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
It looks great. It's about the boarding school.
It was so good.
It looked awesome.
But I kept thinking about, you didn't go to a boarding school, did you?
No.
I was like, I did keep on thinking about whether you had a similar experience. It was like a New England prep school kind of vibe.
I went and toured a bunch of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts of maybe going to one? Were you excited about it? Was your family excited about it? Do you feel like you were being stashed away, or was it like a cool prospect?
It was so different from what I had. I mean, I grew up in like Maine, kind of small towns, like went to public school, and I remember going to these campuses like Phillips Andover and Phillips Exeter and being like, these places are fucking Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand, like the science center,
the dining halls,
the fucking field house, which would have like 15 basketball courts, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
How is this possible? Like, where? And then there's like kids from like Jordan and fucking
Korea
Syria
and shit,
all over the world, and like you're just like, Jesus Christ.
I feel like everyone that went to boarding school,
it was too much for me. Like, I was overwhelmed, and I didn't want that. I was like,
Your parents were probably like, "Fuck."
Yeah, I would get homesick,
like hoping that you fall in love with it.
I think they were pumped that I didn't want to go away.
Really,
it's a whole nother college tuition.
Well, that, and they would like that's 4 years that you don't get to spend with your kids.
Yeah.
I guess that depends on your opinion of your kids.
I feel like a lot of people that went to boarding school ended up just getting really into like smoking weed at a young age and drinking. Because there's no rules.
That's
like there's rules. I mean, but there's
That's
rules.
Not true.
There's rules the same way that there's rules in a college dorm.
In this movie, it seems strict as hell.
It's like if you get caught once, drinking, you're toast.
Yeah, but that happened to. I know a lot of kids that happened to, and they got in a bunch of trouble. Yeah. But it didn't stop them.
Did you go to a boarding school?
No, but I know people that did.
Kid I used to tutor, who's an awesome kid and like really, really good dude, went to a very, very elite boarding school. He was like, I think he was like head of the class president his senior year, super popular kid, going to a very good college. On the night before graduation, he got caught drinking and expelled.
Damn.
I'm talking 12 hours before he walks across the stage after 4 years to receive his diploma.
Damn.
They kicked him out.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That sucks so bad. That's such bullshit.
How crazy is that?
That used to happen, dude. Kids getting caught drinking in high school used to be like the big, like, there were kids that like lost scholarships because they like got caught drinking at a party.
I got caught smoking weed my junior year, and it didn't like get back to the school. The police found us, but we came. I was with two buddies, and we were on the soccer team, and two of them came forward and confessed because their parents made them.
Oh, that's so
and I was
stupid.
getting recruited for soccer, so my parents were like, "We're not gonna
Confess.
We don't want you to tell. We'll punish you ourselves, but like, let's not ruin your future."
Your friend's parents are idiots.
Yeah, that's just like so dumb.
And the kids, and we didn't even get to like confer together about what our game plan was. The next morning we had the practice, and the kids were like, I saw them in the parking lot. I was like, "So what's up?" And they were like, "Our parents are making us confess." And I was like, "Oh my God, well, that's not really what my parents wanted to do."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Don't worry, we're not going to name you." And I was like, "Oh shit." So then they went down and they told the coach that 3 players on the team the night before had been caught smoking weed by the police. And
2 came forward.
and two of them came forward.
You boys
And
are
then
running laps for
And then
sure.
our coach made us run suicides until the 3rd person confessed.
Did you confess?
Of course.
Oh, really?
I wasn't gonna fucking sit there puking and like making him think. I mean, we didn't even run. Like, I was like, "Wait, what?" Of course, it's me.
So did you get in trouble?
Yeah, we had to sign like an honor code thing, a contract for extracurriculars, where if you got caught by the school, you would get suspended from your sports team for 3 weeks of games. But if you came forward and confessed, it was only 2 weeks.
Okay.
And so we came forward, we confessed. Why did I tell this?
We're talking boarding schools.
Yeah.
Weed.
We were saying that if you got in trouble or not.
Yeah, that was the.
But you didn't lose like scholarships or anything?
Oh, well, good question. Okay, so then, it wasn't that big of a deal. We just fucking did our time and then went back. And it was like, it kind of sucked. I mean, it fucked up my chances of being recruited for soccer. But a parent in the town, when I got into Harvard, wrote a letter to Harvard to tell them about what had happened to me. Because they were mad that like their kid didn't.
That's insane.
People are such losers. It's insane.
Dude,
And
parents are fucking
the coach
crazy.
my lacrosse coach at Harvard found out about it and was like, the admissions committee didn't care, but like, what the fuck is going on?
That's nuts.
How petty is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That would make me have a massive chip on my shoulder. Actually, that would probably shove me down the Dylan Klebold fucking path. That would make me go mass shooter for real.
That would be like,
If that like affected my outcome of life, if I like got kicked off of something or didn't get into something, I would be so furious. And there's nothing stupider than a fucking honor code.
Yeah.
Honor codes suck so much fucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dumb to be like, yeah, you're just like, we're all going to be really good boys and like just trust each other, because no one's actually following that, and it can only ever hurt people. It's only set in place to like hurt people and like this false sense of piety, which is like counterintuitive to being a good person. Like in general, it's just like, oh, I'm better than everybody because I follow the honor code.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's fucking, there's a sin
Fuck
in
the honor
and of
code.
that fucking honor code.
fuck
dude.
the honor code.
Fuck the honor.
That's crazy, dude.
It made me very suspicious.
Of like who did it?
I couldn't stop thinking about who it was.
We should have them honor code. We should make your town run suicides until whoever that is comes forward and says who the fuck they are. Because probably some fucking lying ass mom that will never come forward. You at least had enough honor to come forward and be like, hey, it was me. We don't have to run anymore. She did this anonymously.
Yeah.
How is she better than you?
She's not. She didn't get in, and that was why she was bitter about
Did you ever figure out who it was?
I don't even know if the kid applied. I just know that it was a parent who was like, they thought because I was recruited that like the high school had gotten behind my candidacy and that I was one of.
You're letting this junkie into Harvard?
Yeah, like why is he getting favorable admissions treatment from my kid? And wrote a letter. Yeah, man, that's pretty low. I don't know. I just thought that was really.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude. I mean, did you ever figure out who it was?
Well, there's a reason I don't keep up with like any of my high school friends.
Yeah, I don't
keep up with any kids that I grew up with.
I keep up with like my good friends, but dude, like going home, it's still like the same exact culture of like parents who are like fucking crazy.
Yeah, and it's sad.
We have like Facebook groups now, like dedicated to the town, and like the police have had to get involved.
It's crazy
because they've been like following like children and being like, I saw this kid speeding down Harrison Street.
Bingo.
Yeah.
We hit 100K.
Oh yeah, no, I thought that happened. We'll have to get our plaque.
Big props to Roan and Sass.
We'll divvy up the crack cocaine on the plaque that we get.
You guys got that 99.9% of the way there.
No. 99.1% of the way.
We were also, I mean, to be honest, we were probably at what 97,000 for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So this is what it took to get the final push.
Let's go.
It could also recede back. Like this isn't like we're not like enough over that we're like 100% good.
Yeah.
People could be assholes about it purposefully, but
so we'll have to apply to that plaque now.
Well, we need that plaque. Do we apply? How does it work? Do we apply? Do they just send it to you automatically?
I think you have to like email them or something.
Yeah, I'm sure our YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure they'll fucking be willing to help us. I'm sure they'll bend over backwards to look out for us.
You'll do the paperwork, and then some parent from Maine will message them and be like, "Are you sure you want to give them this 100K plaque?"
He'll probably just roll up the paper and smoke it.
I'm sure you didn't know that one of these boys smoked weed as a youth.
Yeah. Not sure if you're aware he stands with Harvard's policy on Gaza.
Oh man,
it depends on the circumstances if genocide's okay. Fucking A, man. Unbelievable shit. I can't believe it. I thought we'd never get there.
I knew we would.
That first 100K is the hardest. That's what Beast says.
200K is going to be fast.
200K is going to be like...
We'll get to 200K by the end of the year.
No, the end of the year is like next week.
Well, yeah, by the end of next year.
Yeah. I made a suggestion to you today. You didn't respond.
About fishing?
Yeah.
And recording a podcast? There's another comedian who does that.
Just because there's another comedian who does it doesn't mean you can't do it.
But it's a pretty like out there idea to be doing the exact same idea.
I never heard of this person.
David Lucas?
I completely independently thought of that.
Fishes and does podcasts.
Yeah, he does like a fishing podcast.
Oh.
But I completely independently thought of it.
Sorry, bro. I've completely independently thought of jokes. Then people have been like, that's someone else's joke.
Okay, well that proves that you didn't steal the joke.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying.
So why are you taking their side?
Original
fucking
ideas
whistleblower?
I'm not. I'm just saying. Well, people will be like, someone else already does this.
Well, why don't we do it fucking... let's put our original twist on it and do it ass naked or something.
True.
That, and I would imagine David Lucas isn't fly fishing. He's probably...
He's not. He's spin rodding.
Spinning.
Yeah.
And we could go into a waders and into a old... river.
It would be pretty hard to pull off. I don't know if I have the capabilities of...
Rivers tend to be a little noisy.
Being in a river, all holding microphones while fishing.
If we think the leaf blower is loud, think of a rushing river. Think of rapids.
Oh, man. I was thinking about going fishing tomorrow. I wish I had a car, because I can't. Because I'm not...
borrow my car?
Nah. Not worth it.
I'm around tomorrow.
Brother, you don't have the equipment.
What do you mean the equipment? I have a car.
Yeah, but you don't have the equipment to go fly fishing.
Okay, that's on you. You would be borrowing my car. I didn't say, do you want to rent out a fucking Bass Pro Shop?
You said I'm around tomorrow, implying that you were going to come.
No, I'm saying I'm around to give you a car. Me and Francis have a video series we're doing.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. KB and Nick are coming into town?
Yep.
That's fun.
Game night. We're putting the gay in game night.
Truth. Are you guys going to play that new Barstool game?
We are.
That's fun.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Also known as Monopoly?
No comment.
It's going to be fucking
I
awesome.
actually think it is a little different.
It is.
And it's going to be fun as fuck.
That's going to be fun. It looks like a fun game. I'm excited to see
it's going to be super fun.
I'm excited to watch that.
I walked into CVS Pharmacy yesterday to get a COVID test, and I had the game under my arm, page views, and I put the game on the counter as I bought a COVID test, and the woman goes, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's this board game." She goes, "Can I play?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, at
right
some
now.
point or with me? And she's like, "Yeah, let's play." And I'm like, "Don't you see what I'm buying?
She's trying to hit on you, and
I'm
you have
buying
like
a COVID test. Listen to my voice." Like, it was negative, by the way. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
But
Supposedly.
she's clearly trying to rizz you up,
guys
though.
like that.
She's clearly trying to like.
Yeah.
That was like.
She must hate her job. For her to be like, I'll play the 6-hour game right now.
And then her boss
I'll
comes
get
by.
fired.
Her manager comes by, and she's like, "He made me do it.
Yeah.
He made this guy. The customer gets what the customer wants."
I love a good board game.
Same.
They're very fun.
Well, we'll get you involved if you want to come do one of these with us.
Yeah, I would definitely do one.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I like Monopoly a lot
I don't think we'll do that.
because it's too long.
It's pretty similar to this game we're playing tomorrow.
I'll play page views as well.
No, you don't know how to play.
I like Risk.
We like playing games that require thought and
Isn't Risk? Risk is a thought.
But I'm not talking strategy.
Isn't
so
Risk
much
like
as
a fucking 2-day game? Risk takes like fucking.
But that's the kind of games that I like.
We're trying to make a
good,
nice.
like,
We're trying to make
10-hour
a
Monopoly
fucking
game.
video.
Yeah.
The video has to be like half an hour.
We
We're
should
trying
have
to
set
speedrun it.
we should have set something that we were going to do when we hit 100K.
I said go fishing. And you're
Well,
like,
you didn't say
no,
when we hit
someone's fished
100K.
before. A guy has gone fishing before, so now we're completely absolved from being able to do it.
Crack hunt.
The crack hunt is a good idea.
Crack
it is a
hunt
little risque.
2023.
We're going to have to head on over to Kick for that.
Yeah. We're going to have to do it on
Crack
Rumble.
hunt, yeah.
Not exactly. Well, Elon
right.
would have us.
Francis, now show your crack.
Ron, you're to bring a crackhead yourself.
Yeah. All right, bring him in.
Just patiently sitting in like a waiting room.
Get one of those Antiques Roadshow assessors. So tell me again when you got this crack.
And you have the documents to prove this.
Yeah.
I saw a video yesterday of some like veteran who brought in a Rolex that he got.
Yep,
like,
I've
you
seen
see that?
one. That one's one of the best ones, and he falls over.
And he falls over. Do you think it's real?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why does he look like he's wearing a fucking disguise?
Because those are the types of people that go to Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah, that's
fucking
true.
Tapings, dude.
No part of his beard or hair looks real. Not a single part of it.
Well, what's so crazy is that he had the foresight to like keep all the papers,
Yeah.
never touch the watch, and put it in a safety deposit box.
Yeah.
For fucking decades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
like-
should do a Christmas episode as well.
You just don't think a guy like that, who probably wasn't
No.
that wealthy, could be like, man, I'm going through tough times. Like,
Yeah.
my daughter needs a blood transfusion, but I'm not touching that fucking Rolex.
That thing's got at least another 20 years sitting there.
Yeah, I need to let that baby sit on ice.
What kind of Christmas episode are you thinking?
I don't know. Because I don't drink anymore, so I'm not really that fun.
No, yeah, I definitely am picking up that vibe.
Because I feel like a Christmas episode entails drinking.
What about just like eggnog, like just like a lot of like eggy milk,
Yeah,
like
you can have
like
just
non-alcoholic
tons of eggnog.
eggnog?
I love eggnog.
Yeah.
I grew up like when we would set up the Christmas tree, we would just drink eggnog
Like,
straight.
bloated.
How many cups can you drink?
Like a half a cup.
Let's
Yeah,
do it
so
at.
if we made you drink a whole quart of eggnog.
Well, I don't want to go into that territory of being in pain while we're recording.
Me and Francis could drink the eggnog with the booze in it, and you could just fucking sit
on
your
a nog?
square ass in the corner.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or do you want? We could do it at either his or my apartment too, if you want like an actual Christmas tree there instead of.
Ooh, fun.
I feel like the aesthetic of a Christmas
Yeah, if you
episode
boys
is.
are willing to drop that fucking bag and upgrade your Wi-Fi, for sure.
I
Wait,
feel like
how
I
do we
have-
need live? It doesn't have to be a live.
True, it doesn't have to be live.
Episode,
If
we
it's
could
not
do it on
live, we
Monday.
can do it anywhere.
That's what I mean. We could do it at. Well, so a Rushing River is
The
back
Rushing
on.
River. Yeah, but dude, we can't be carrying the Zoom recorder and microphones with 15-foot cables in rushing water.
So we'll run them up our fucking waders.
That's actually not a bad idea. I guess if we got 2 more Zoom recorders, we could record the audio simultaneously, and then I could layer it and put it all over each other.
Or we could like get mics from Barstool Sports, the company we work at, and have someone put mics on us.
It's like lavs.
Yeah.
That's failed us every single time we've tried. Every single time we've tried to record with lav microphones, it's come out and it's been like, we're talking from fucking back here, and there's an air conditioning unit that's 10 miles away that's somehow being picked up, clear as day.
Maybe we could run like a fucking a Goodwill drive, like a Salvation Army drive for a sound guy or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
We like put our money together or just steal from the Salvation Army bucket and get a sound guy.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll plan something out. We'll definitely do a Christmas episode.
I would actually like to.
Yeah, me too. We could do it. Or I guess we can't do it next week, so we'd have to do it the week after, which is Christmas.
I really want to travel and like bank a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, I'm down.
I want to go to a different place.
We should have just gone to the fucking Bahamas with him.
I know. Rent the Airbnb and just
say that.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'll just like knock out a bunch of episodes.
Yeah,
like get an Airbnb. We do it for work.
Yeah.
And just do like 2 weeks of episodes. And just crush an episode every day or something.
That'd be fun.
Like go somewhere cool and like go on different adventures.
Skiing.
Yeah.
I would.
Maybe you should come to Denver with us. Maybe we should go to Denver like for like a week early.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
When is this?
That is in what?
February 11th.
Yeah.
9th to the 11th.
Me and Francis got a bunch of dates coming up. We got.
Isn't that right by this? Isn't that when the Super Bowl is?
Probably. I think it's probably a week after the Super Bowl.
I think that's Super Bowl week.
That might be Super Bowl week.
God damn it.
Doesn't really matter. I'm not involved in that. Che texted me the other day and he was like, your kicker got hurt or something. He's like, who do you want to trade for? And I was like, dude, I was like, even if I lose, you guys, I'm not being invited to the Super Bowl. I'm not driving to fucking Vegas.
With Frank the Tank and Jenks.
Yeah. I wasn't invited to the Super Bowl last year when I was on the show.
Yeah, you're not going to be fucking subjected to a punishment that you're not involved with.
Yeah.
Hey, we know you haven't been on the show for about a year, but we have a bag of shit that we need you to eat. It's part of the show.
We have Denver Comedy Works, me and Sass.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
February 9th to the 11th. Maybe it's the 8th to the 11th. Or no, it's 9th and 10th.
Then Albany the week after.
The next weekend. That's February 16th and 17th. And then we're at Comedy on State in Madison, Wisconsin. And that's March 7th to the 9th.
That Comedy on State and Denver Comedy Works are supposed to be like the 2 best clubs in the country.
We're pumped. We're hype.
We're very excited for those.
So why don't we do it before or after one of these?
So you wouldn't be able to go down to Denver for like a week before? Because that would be fun as hell. We could go to like Boulder.
Wow, that would be cool.
We should do that regardless, honestly.
Just have to see if it can pass muster.
Who's muster?
Muster.
No, Muster was it was the 3rd book of that Homer wrote.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Muster.
All right. Well, I'm going to be in Louisville this weekend.
I'm in Providence.
Yes. So buy tickets for that. LittleSasquatchWebsite.com. So try and decipher those websites. Since they were laid over perfectly. But you get the gist.
I'm going to be in New York.
And Rowan's going to be in New York, so make sure you stop by Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Come check out his pad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I think we have a lot of people watching this right now.
We do.
Yeah, 1,300.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Time.
Shout out to the gang.
Shout out to everyone watching. Thank you for getting us to 100,000. We will see you guys on Monday. Goodbye. Thank you.
Just watch some TV, brother.
We got to wait like 10 seconds to end this.
Hollywood Housewives.